Far beyond there lived a powerful sorcerer, cursed long ago for using forbidden magic. His body slowly turned to stone with every passing year, and only one thing could break his curse: the Moonveil bloom. He believed the flower was gone. Ancient fairy scrolls revealed a terrible truth. The Moonveil bloom could break the curse, but only by destroying another magical curse. If he used the flower, the shield between magical world and normie would be torn apart forever. Without it, there are going to be a great misbalance in the world. If he break his curse, the shield which are protecting the balance of magical world will be damaged, which he did not care. As Flora reached the enchanted forest to search for Flower, she froze mid-air. Shadows moved below her. Tall figures shaped like soldiers, their bodies made of mist and darkness. They plucked magical flowers without care, crushing glowing petals beneath their feet. "Our master will be pleased," one of them whispered. "Soon, no magic will remain unguarded," said another. Fear wrapped around Flora's heart. Her wings trembled as she turned and flew as fast as she could, straight to her mother. The Fairy Queen mother listened in silence as her daughter told everything. Her face, usually calm as moonlight, grew serious. "This is no small threat," the queen said. "Dark forces move again." She summoned Luna of Loker Academy, a young mage for unusual connection to ancient magic. But the danger was so great that the queen also sent word to the Magical Academy, calling the Masters of Magic themselves. When the Masters heard about the Shadow Soldiers and the stolen flowers, shock filled the council hall. Ancient scrolls were opened and whispers echoed.
If the Book of Answers still exists, it alone can reveal who commands these shadows.
But it lies in the Winterland, beyond trials of mind and heart, another warned.
The Masters decided to test. They needed to know, was Luna truly chosen, or was this only coincidence? Through trials of magic and courage, Luna proved her worth. The decision was made. Luna and Princess Flora would go alone. Snowflakes drift like soft feathers from the sky. Wooden houses wear white caps, chimneys breathe silver smoke, and lanterns glow like tiny suns. The fairy princess hovers above the icy road, while the mage trudges beside her, boots sinking into snow.
Why does snow feel like 1,000 tiny needles poking my wings?
Because you wear silk and sparkle, Your Highness. Snow prefers thick socks and common sense.
Excuse me, these wings are royal treasures. They deserve warm weather.
Then maybe they should have stayed in the palace, sipping honey tea.
Hey, I chose this mission too, remember?
True, but you didn't choose the cold.
Look at that bakery. The windows are foggy. They must have hot bread inside.
Now you're speaking my language. Mission can wait for one sweet roll, right?
Absolutely. No, we just had food. Fine. We will buy sweets when we complete our task when we return home.
So, Princess, ever walked through a town like this before?
Never.
The wind whispers through narrow streets, carrying the scent of pine and burning wood. Snow crunches under their feet like tiny stars breaking. The fairy floats close to the mage, using her glow to light their path.
Your boots look heavy. How do you even lift your feet?
Years of running from library guards. Builds character.
You stole books?
Borrowed forever.
That's stealing.
That's loving knowledge too much.
A group of children run past them, throwing snowballs and laughing.
Hey, floating lady! Cat!
I've been attacked.
Welcome to town life.
Should I challenge them to a royal duel?
No, you throw back.
That felt good.
You liked it.
Yes, it's fun to play again. You see, royals are not allowed for behave like this. So thank you. And don't tell anyone.
The little stall stood beneath a crooked lantern, its warm light spilling softly over rows of colorful scarves fluttering in the icy breeze. The old woman's voice was gentle but weathered, as if winter itself had taught her how to speak. When the fairy's eyes sparkled with excitement and she reached for a scarf, her wings shimmered like tiny stars in the cold air. The mage watched carefully, counting the coins in her palm, while the fairy proudly selected one wrapped in silver threads. The old woman's smile widened, her eyes shining with gratitude as she accepted the payment. For a moment, the frozen street felt warmer, stitched together by kindness, laughter, and a simple trade that felt more like a blessing than a bargain.
How much?
3 coins, my dear.
Oh, I have many.
Which one do you want?
I think this one.
Oh, thank you, dear.
Winterland welcomed them with silver streets and lanterns glowing like trapped stars. Snow fell softly, not biting, but beautiful. They stopped in front of a small clothing shop. Its windows shimmered with enchanted coats, scarves that glowed faintly, and boots stitched with runes. The fairy slowed, then stopped completely. Her wings fluttered uneasily.
I think we should go inside.
Inside? Why?
The fairy glanced down at herself. Her thin forest dress was already dusted with frost.
This is Winterland. My wings are royal, not frostproof.
The mage looked her up and down, then tried very hard not to smile.
So, the fairy princess finally admits she gets cold?
Excuse you? This dress is woven from moon silk and dewlight. It is ceremonial.
Ceremonial doesn't stop snow from biting. This? Ordinary wool. Ugly maybe, but warm.
Warm, yes. Stylish? No. You look like you lost a fight with a blanket.
At least my blanket isn't see-through in a blizzard.
Royal fashion is about elegance, not survival.
They both laughed, steam puffing from their breath. Inside the shop, coats shimmered. The fairy held up a thick, rune-lined cloak.
How do I look?
Like a snow queen trying to blend in.
The shop glowed like a pocket of summer trapped inside winter. Shelves sparkled with enchanted threads, and every coat whispered old magic into the air. The fairy twirled proudly, her new cloak catching the lantern light like falling stars, while the mage adjusted her collar, pretending not to enjoy how warm she suddenly felt. Outside, the cold still ruled the streets, but inside the tiny store, laughter melted frost faster than any spell. For a moment, they weren't a princess and a mage on a dangerous quest, just two travelers playing dress-up in a magical world, finding comfort in soft fabric and softer smiles. The mission waited patiently, but warmth, friendship, and teasing filled the space between heartbeats, reminding them why the journey mattered in the first place. The hill rose before them like a giant made of ice. Snow slipped under their feet, and cold wind tugged at their cloaks. Each step felt heavier than the last, but the forest waited on the other side, dark, silent, and full of secrets. The snow hill stretched endlessly, white and silent, as if the world had been erased and redrawn with frost. The fairies' wings trembled with every cold gust, tiny crystals forming along their edges. The mage stamped her boots, trying to push warmth back into her toes.
I think my wings are turning into icicles.
If they fall off, I'll glue them back now. Just move forward.
Suddenly, a playful whirl of snow spun in front of them. From it popped a tiny snow fairy with icy blue light and a mischievous grin. A glowing bottle dangled from his fingers.
Cold travelers, lucky day. I sell hope in bottles.
And who are you?
I'm Flick, guardian of this hill, and professional troublemaker.
He proudly held up the bottle. The liquid inside glowed like melted blue light trapped in ice.
I behold warmth potion. One sip and winter becomes a joke.
A joke? I like jokes.
I don't trust jokes in bottles.
The snow fairy pretended to drink, smacking his lips loudly.
See? Toasty!
Luna, look! He's fine!
He's a snow creature. Cold is his hobby.
But the fairy princess, desperate, grabbed the bottle and drank. The mage sighed, then followed, just in case. For a moment, nothing changed. The wind still howled. The hill stayed cruel.
I feel normal?
Same. Waste of hope.
Then, something snapped inside them. Not loud, but sharp.
Why do you always walk so slow?
Why do you always float like a show-off?
Their voices rose, echoing across the hill. The snow hill finally ended, and before them rose the enchanted forest. Tall trees draped in frost, their branches whispering secrets to the wind. Shadows stretched across the ground like long fingers, and the air felt different here, thick with magic and watchful silence. But instead of wonder, their hearts still burned. The magic potion spell had not fully faded. The fairy flew ahead, clearly annoyed.
Why do you always question me? I know this forest better than you.
Knowing a forest doesn't mean knowing danger.
Oh, please, every step you take is hesitation.
And every step you take is reckless.
So, now I'm careless?
At least I think before I act.
The forest seemed to react to their anger. The wind howled louder. Branches creaked.
Don't look at me like that. This was your idea.
No, it was yours, and you dragged me into it.
Why am I so angry?
They stood quietly beneath the frozen trees, breath curling into the silver air. The echoes of their argument still lingered between the trunks, heavy and uncomfortable. Neither of them recognized themselves in the harsh words they had spoken. It felt like waking from a bad dream, one where their own voices had become enemies. Something wasn't right. This anger didn't feel like hers. It had no real reason, no root.
My heart feels wrong, heavy.
Magic that twists emotion. It feeds on memory.
Slowly, the truth surfaced like a reflection in water. The potion, the fake warmth, the mischievous smile of the snow fairy, the sudden change inside their hearts. It all connected. The fairy's eyes widened, not with fear, but understanding. She looked at the mage. The mage was already staring at her, the same realization in her eyes. They both spoke at once, then laughed weakly. The light slipped gently through the frozen trees as the fairy and mage walked deeper into the forest. Their breath misted in the air, and frost still clung to the fairy's wings like tiny crystals. After a long, silent journey, they finally saw it. Water. A clearing opened before them. At its center lay a glowing pond, perfectly still, its surface smooth like glass. Blue light shimmered beneath it, as if stars had drowned and were shining from below.
This must be it.
The magical pond. It's beautiful.
The water rippled even though there was no wind. Suddenly, a soft voice echoed from beneath the surface.
Who disturbs my silent lake?
Did the water just speak?
I think someone lives under it. It's beautiful.
The pond glowed brighter. A figure slowly rose from beneath, a mermaid with silver hair and eyes like moonlight.
I am the guardian of this pond.
We mean no harm. I'm Fairy Princess Flora, and she is my friend Luna, a mage. She is from Lockhor Academy.
We seek the Book of Answers.
Many seek it, few deserve it. Before knowledge comes truth. Truth about your friendship, which is already tested now, answer the riddle. I walk without feet. I cry without eyes. I follow you everywhere, but never arrive.
Walks without feet?
Cries without eyes.
Is it the wind?
No. Wind arrives.
Wait. It follows us, but never reaches our shadow?
Correct. You have proven your minds and your bond.
So we can take the book.
As the fairy and the mage walked back through the forest, the world felt different. Not because the snow had melted or the shadows had vanished, but because they had changed. They had learned something no book could fully teach, that even when magic twists emotions, true bonds remember their way back. They realized how easy it is to misunderstand each other, how quickly small words can turn into storms, how silence can grow into distance. And yet, a single memory, a shared laugh, a promise once made, can become a bridge back to trust.